Because men have the responsibility to respond. And you're going to find that quite difficult if you're responding without God. We respond. We respond. Our women look at us and they have confidence that we'll respond when we have God on our side. Now we're living in days where when things happen, the man's sitting in the house like, what you want me to do? Move out the way, I'm looking at TV. That's sad. That is as sissified as it can get. That's sad. See, there are more sissies in here than you'd ever imagine. And we're not talking about because of sexual orientation. We're talking about a lack of initiative to become the man that God has intended for you to become. You spending more time on your looks and trying to get this and get that and to do this and do that and dude, you know, you 38, still trying to hang out with the kids. You in teen ministry. You need to have your old butt over here sitting and listening to me so I can be telling you how to act like a man so your wife don't have to work 2 or 3 jobs because you still trying to fill out disability form because you hurt your little back. Where in the world we came from? We used to have men that used to work hurt because they had families to feed. And now you waiting on your disability check. Well, that's one thing I respect my father for. He was a worker. I've seen him hold down jobs 3 at a time. He'd get what he could get, whether it was pumping gas. He did what he had to do. My mama did what she had to do. Everybody did what they had to do. It wasn't about what they wanted to do. They did what they had to do. My mama come home so tired. It just hurt my heart. She's so tired. And she come home tired, and then she had to come home and take care of us. Daddy worked at nighttime, night shift, then came home, slept for about 30 minutes, got up and went and worked again. And then if we needed more money, figured out a way to get some more money. But he did whatever he had to do. Listen, he did what he had to do. I couldn't see my dad all the time because he was trying to keep a roof over my head. He was trying to keep food in my stomach. So I didn't have the pleasure of having, you know, that type of relationship, but I don't mind. He was there working, peeking in, looking at me play football. He was there doing what he had to do. But what happened to the attitude of I got to do what I got to do? If I got to flip burgers, then I'll flip burgers. If I got to cut grass, then I'll cut grass. If I got to do what I got to do, because I have got to respond to this situation. Now we got too many cute men now. I mean, you in the beauty parlor right next to your wife. Let me stop. Let me, you know. I'm just saying to the women, enjoy this because I'm on you in just a minute. What is this? I can't find a job. What is this? It's difficult to be a man without God. You were never intended to be a man without God. But when you get God in your life and you run into situations, you can get on your face and say, God, help me. God, show me what I need to do. Speak to me and I'll do it. And God speaks to you because you're his man. And he tells you what to do. He shows you how to do what needs to be done. I tell you, it's something. But I just believe that the men in this church can be men. And if you are, listen, God didn't create us to be adulterers. God did not create us to be fornicators. We were not born adulterers. You didn't come out your mama's womb, baby. God, Jesus. Jesus. Let's be men. Let's accept responsibility. Let's respond under the guidance of Almighty God. Let's be men of love. Let's honor our wives and honor our bodies and honor our women. and not put them in situations. Go get tested, find out what you got. You ain't need to be doing nothing anyway, but find out what you got so you won't marry somebody. And find out what you got. Okay, if you've been sexually active with many partners, find out where you are. Get tested. The world has a right to be somewhat upset with the church for not addressing these issues. Because we were too afraid to open our mouth, because we thought the saints were going to leave us and say, I'm not going to stay there and listen to that. But you doing that. You are the ones that need to hear this. Women, women and their emotions. Home with a male. I almost said the mailman, but I didn't want you to think I was talking about that. But home with a male who's not discovered his manhood yet. Hungry to be admired. Hungry to have your husband to say with compliments, you look good, you are good. Hungry to hear I love you, I care about you. Hungry to have a place in his schedule. Hungry to be significant and to be valued. Waiting the day that somehow you'll begin to get those needs met, those emotional needs met. Wanting to be a woman that feels pretty and feels precious. And yet somehow, instead of feeling like the priceless piece of jewelry, you are continually treated like the steam on a mirror that's just wiped off. And so you go to work or you go to church, and some other guy comes up and he fulfills a need that you wanted your husband to fulfill. Something so simple as, you look so pretty today. Something so simple as, that outfit looks great on you. Something so simple as, you're a smart lady. I really appreciate your help here. And that woman emotions. That woman begins to do two things. Number one, harden her heart against the man that won't give her these things at home, while she's thirsting and getting her thirst satisfied by the other man at church or at work who's doing what her husband should be doing, but he's not doing. Now, here's something I want to warn you of. It's called emotional entanglement. It's called not being discreet and wise enough to know what to share and who to share it with. Those type of hurts and pains and emotions should not be shared with the guy that's satisfying you with what you want. Because this is what happened. You'll start talking to him about your problems at home with your husband, and he'll very conveniently start talking to you about the problems he's having with his wife. You become good friends. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I just don't believe in all that big brother stuff. That's my daddy. I don't believe in all that, because all that is just an excuse to stay on the inside until you can get everything worked out the way you want, and then you're doing something you don't have no business doing. I don't play all that stuff. You know, this is my best friend and she a woman. Your best friend need to be your wife. But this ain't your best friend don't need to be no woman. Your best friend don't need to be no man. Yeah, I got problems with a wife talking to a man on the phone talking about this is my best friend. We ain't doing nothing. No, y'all getting emotionally tired. He's satisfying an area of your life that I need to be satisfied. Don't be talking about you. My wife, when I first got married, had a friend who was a male. And I told her, I got a problem with this. I said, oh, I got a problem. I know you've been knowing him no longer than you've been knowing me, but he got to go. I'm here now. I don't want you talking to him. Talking about he my friend, he ain't going to do nothing. I'm like, you fine. And I'm like, and he a guy. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. And I don't want to have to kill that. And I wasn't saved. But I'm like, no, yes, I don't believe in all that.